And we got a fantastic matchup as the Lady Red Ravens are 1-2, looking to go 500 this early on this season. And we are getting set. And we're off as Allen County is 1-3 this season with a loss to Neosho, Redlands Community College, and Labette, which Coffeyville won against. And Coffeyville has lost twice to Neo, so we get a quick steal out of the gate from Labette.
Well, Allen County coming out in a box-and-one defense, kind of one of the, you call those adjunct defenses. They're going to put their man on Desiree for CCC, their sharpshooter and leading scorer. So Allen County doing everything they can to make everybody but CCC star player do their damage from deep.
Quick jumper from Ikea Andrews, 6-foot freshman at Houston, Texas. Was a little off on that jumper. Back to another jumper for Coffeyville. And Lainey Fisher's off on that short jumper. So both same shots. And both teams couldn't get it to go.
Well, you can see two possessions for the Red Ravens. They've had a turnover and an air ball. So the junk defense really turning this game into what Allen County wanted right out of the gate.
Yes, and they are working it back and forth, not getting a lane. Get it inside, back out. And that jumper is good for Ikea Andrews. She is 1 for 2 on field goals today. And it looks like Patricia Dodson will take it up for the Red Ravens. So both teams not really getting everything to go here early on, really just looking for open lanes on these zone offenses. Quick three, leaves it short, picks it back up as Fisher. Back up off the backboard, no good, and Allen County will clear it out.
Well, again, in a zone, you're going to give up those rebounding spaces. And there, a nice little mid-range jumper off glass.
That's Dominique Franklin, 5'11", sophomore at Jacksonville, Texas. Gets that one to go. Patricia Dodson back up front for Coffeyville out to Lainey Fisher. And they'll begin to work out their offense.
Well, and Fisher right now is going to have to either make something happen off the dribble, use the backdoor cuts, or hit an open jumper because they're giving her every single open look she could want. But they're not anticipating her making enough to break this zone defense.
Allen County really packing in their defense. They'll allow that Patricia Dodson three. That goes.
Well, and she was a couple feet beyond the three-point line, but there was really no effort to contest that shot. She's going to get that all night as long as they stay in this kind of packed-in 2-2 defense, the box, if you will.
Back up a three.
And here's where CCC really needs to take advantage, and they're going to kind of slow it up. But if they can get out and run and beat this defense back, that'll give them easy opportunities to score, especially for Nelson here with the ball, where she needs to get as many easy looks because throughout the night she's not going to get a whole lot.
So Ikea Andrews takes the last 3 shots for Allen County, now up to Coffeyville to score. And they're in trouble.
And Fisher, a tough start to this game. She's had a lot of open looks, and there she gets kind of caught underneath the basket. I like the idea of trying to make something off the dribble. I mean, that's what I kind of advised earlier in the game. But there she gets kind of stuck without a plan for attack.
Yeah, she shot one off the backboard, and it was just a little too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And
but I like the steal.
Fisher on the front court and coast to coast and draws a foul. So she'll be shooting likely too.
And there, if you're struggling on offense, the best way to remedy that and to stay on the court is to make something happen on defense. And she gets back on defense, gets the steal, and then takes it all the way to the court, and she's going to have a chance to get on the scoreboard tonight.
Lainey Fisher, kind of athletic shooting guard. I don't think they use her more of a shooting guard, even though she could play point guard. That one is good.
Well, right now they're kind of using her kind of like a tweener, kind of those stretch fours you see a lot in professional sports. They kind of move her around on the baseline. She's done most of her work there. Nice free throw form there. Good, knocks both down to give her team the lead for the first time tonight. But they're really kind of using her to kind of move back and forth against that zone defense.
Yeah, and draw their bigs to come out a little bit. As they'll work a good layup for Allen County. That is Priscilla Steffens. Patricia Johnson thought she had something, gave it up to the middle.
Ooh, and it's going to be an offensive foul. I guess technically an out-of-control call there. They're saying Craig kind of led with the forearm and gave a little shove. Not a lot of contact. And she might have. But it's one of those when you outweigh the other player by a wide margin and you're stronger and bigger than the person guarding you, you're going to get there's a spotlight on you. There's a lot of easy fouls against you just because of that size differential.
So Allen County working for a lane, and she dribbles off her foot. That's Tamira Shaver. 5'9" freshman out of Moore, Oklahoma. And just a low-scoring ball game thus far. 6 Allen County, 5 Coffeyville Red Ravens. And why do you think it's been such a low-scoring ball game? Just
it's hesitation and sloppy play on the offensive end. Neither team really comfortable against either defense, which is good from a coaching perspective of you want a team to come out and make the other team uncomfortable. Yeah. But when neither team can get comfortable, it turns into kind of a grind fest.
Yeah, Lane Fisher just took not a comfortable shot right there. She didn't look so confident as Allen County will come back with a 3.
Well, and you see they beat the defense down the court. And if you're having trouble against the defense, if you're not comfortable in a half-court set, just run down the court, beat them down, and get ready to shoot a 3. And that was a great look.
Caitlin Swanson on the 3 as Patricia Dodson will add one out for her own.
And there, it's just lateral movement. Yeah, swing the ball side to side. Nice job by Fisher to get in the passing lanes and knock the ball out. But Dodson with her second 3 of the ball game, and that was a simple pass from the wing to the top of the key, back to wing. You just reverse the ball. And it was a little bit more contested than her first, but not to the point where she was uncomfortable knocking it down.
Yeah, she caught it where she could have confidence in herself. She got ready for the shot and nailed it. So those are the shots Coffeyville needs down the stretch. Confident shooters. And then Coffeyville will show some of their pressure out front and gets a steal. Up head to Dotson, back to Desiree Nelson for 3. And that'll be a foul down low. Antoinette Daniels will draw one. So good pressure leading to a fast steal.
Well, it was a trap out of a man-to-man, straight man-to-man defense, which is kind of, I like the switch-up because I hadn't done that a whole lot earlier in this game, and that's a sign of a team that's well coached and a team that's ready to make those type of changes, especially when you can bring in substitutions off the bench and they can immediately jump into that. Daniels, the center, knocks the ball away, and actually the Red Ravens had an opportunity to score in transition. They passed it out, tried to get Nelson a good look from 3, and she missed it. But they're going to be at the free throw line, which is always something nice, and they're doing a good job at capitalizing from the charity stripe.
Yeah, we saw Desiree Nelson take a 3 that was off target, but last game it felt like I turned on and she already had 3 threes right off the bat. So hopefully she can get some more attempts later on in this game.
That was her first attempt of the ball game, and it wasn't a great look, but it was a decent look. She can't miss too many more decent looks because she's not going to get very many of them as there's a travel call out there on the perimeter. Another trap by CCC forcing another turnover. But Nelson, all eyes from Allen County are on her. And every time she gets a halfway open look, she better, A, fire, because the more you hesitate, the more you hurt yourself later into the ball game. And secondly, she just needs to get one to go down because the more she makes, that defense is going to break because this is their plan A right here. If you make a team go to their secondary option or plan of attack, you've already halfway won the game.
Desiree Nelson, a quick scorer, one of the Coffeyville's top scorers. Allen County will get a breakaway and a foul.
And here, head coach Stephen Harrell is dissatisfied with the call because the man 3 feet away did not blow his whistle. He did not see the foul call, the referee on the baseline. One out on the perimeter, different angle, did. Head coach arguing that that's not his call. The guy 3 feet away in a perfect position to make that call, that's his decision.
But I also say that is that's an okay foul because she had a breakaway layup.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well foul her, put it on the line, and she missed one. So that is a good foul. It's always a good foul when you foul someone and they miss one of the free throws. So Lucy Burke had a great foul right there because Allen County were off on their both free throws.
Of course, the problem is it's this foul that came off of a turnover, which is something no coach really wants, those turnovers.
Patricia Dotson off, rebound. Not able to get it to go. Alexis Wooden. And then Allen County will quickly throw it away on the other end.
Man, what needs to happen on every other of these offensive rebounds CCC's been able to get, and they've got a few, but they're not doing a great job as a team of looking for Nelson off of those offensive rebounds. And she needs to do a better job as soon as that ball goes up, changing position to find open space. What happens is a nice little cut there and an alternate move, nice little shake and bake out on the perimeters.
So good pass from Jameer.
Yeah, and see right there, if you can get on the offensive boards against this type of defense and go and get those easy layups, you can. But it's when you get those offensive rebounds in traffic, Nelson needs to do a better job of moving to get free, and they need to do a better job of finding her because those offensive rebounds are going to be there all game.
So good job by Allen County to work the pressure and get out of it, but didn't knock down the three. And Coffeyville will bring it up. So it seems like once these offensive got their offensive going, they haven't been able to finish these open looks. Desiree Nelson
nice
finds
pass.
Antoinette Daniels for a layup.
And Nelson had a wide open 15-footer, but I love the pass. Sometimes you can get people going. If you can get a team going, you want to put yourself kind of on the back line there, and there they give up this pressure has not – it's either forced turnovers or giving up layups, kind of 50-50 ball for the CCC defense.
So Desiree Nelson will take it, pass it off to Burke. She finds a hole, finds Antoinette Daniels for a layup. Really just worked that defense and carved them up, and that is the way you run against the zone.
Well, and all Daniels is doing is she's just kind of moving against that back line and just making layups, which is pretty easy to do. But a great job of her teammates to find her and to have her hands ready.
Like I said, an open shot from Caitlin Swanson off as they really carved up Coffeyville's defense right there. Just not able to get it to go. Patricia Dodson will set up the offense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Backing it down, and that will be a travel.
Wooden just moved before she put the ball on the floor. About a half second makes that from a layup to a turnover there. But when you rush a little bit against the defense you're not familiar with, sometimes that turnover count gets a little bit higher than coaches would really want.
Delaney Fisher will check back in the ball game. Allen County, quick jumper, fouled from behind. Let's see who the foul's on. So Patrice Dobson will pick up her first foul. Kendra Houston, 5'5", freshman out of Houston, Texas, will be shooting it 2 at the line. First one, not able to get it to go. So we've seen the offense run a little bit better when Elaney Fisher has been in the ball game. As she went out, and we kind of went stagnant. And then what do you think?
Well, it's more of the team settling down, and you don't – first of all, it's really hard to practice against a boxing one because most teams don't play it, first of all. And second of all, you don't really want to spend a lot of time having your backups and scout team learn it because it's not something you're going to see enough that you need to spend a whole lot of time. Maybe if it was getting closer to tournament time or stuff like that, it would be more appreciated. Now, it's early into the season. You just kind of want to just practice your own stuff. So they're getting settled down. They're getting accustomed to what they're looking at, and they're getting more used to this defense. I don't know if it's really one player is really breaking this down, although Daniels with 4 points off the bench is doing a nice job. As there she goes up again. Actually, she got 6 because 2 layups and the free throws, and there she's going to fumble it out of bounds. But it's this offense has to take their time and get better looks. I like the pick and roll with Nelson at the top of the key a little bit more. Obviously, she's not in the ball game right now, but when she comes back in, they've gotten a lot of good looks from that action at the top of the key.
Coffeyville getting a good look from Antoinette Daniels, not able to get it to go. Back to this box and one for Coffeyville's defense. Both teams really haven't figured it out. And she will step out of bounds and Coffeyville's ball.
Well, and that was just an out-of-control turnover there on Allen County, and it's the defense letting the offense make mistakes in that instance, and that's something early in the season coaches will scream and yell about, but try to be positive when they fix it at the end of practice the next day. Late in the season, they forget the being positive part.
Shot clock is off for Coffeyville. So they're trying to make something happen with this first quarter come into a close. Patricia Dobson for three. That's off. Elaine Fisher, she can't get it to go. And Allen County will hold for the end of the first quarter. Coffeyville 15, Allen County 13 at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a little break here. This is Coffeyville Red Raven TV. So we're back at it as Coffeyville will enter on the floor today with Antoinette Daniels, Sky Jasper, Patricia Dodson, Lucy Burke, and Lainey Fisher will be on the floor for Coffeyville starting this second quarter. Tamira Shaver will bring up with the ball for Allen County. Getting a good look, and they will bounce it back out. Kenja Houston for three. That's off target. Back up for Allen County is Akia Andrews. Gets the easy follow-up.
Well, there the offensive rebounding advantage went to Allen County. Something in the first quarter was predominantly a Red Raven kind of weapon there. So good job by Allen County to get on the boards.
Allen County back in this box and one.
And Fisher's having a tough time there.
Oh,
there she goes off the dribble on a drive, which I like. Now, against the zone, you normally say, well, you want to move the ball with a pass. But there she attacks, which out of control, kind of just a wild shot attempt that I don't even know hit the back of the backboard.
Light pressure here for Coffeyville. Allen County has done a decent job as she broke the press right there of just eliminating the press. And
well, there, if you can go downhill, it's almost like in football. If you can get past that defensive line and the linebackers, all of a sudden the numbers are on your side. Yep. And there, a great job by Allen County to just get past the teeth of the defense. Once you're one-on-one against the press, the advantage is clear in your favor as Dodson tries to make her own advantage, misses the layup. But Fisher, very active off there. Daniels, very active off the bench.
Yeah.
Doing a really good job not only scoring, but getting those offensive rebounds to keep the possession alive.
She got a tough attempt, but luckily fouled on her shot as she positioned herself way too under the basket. But luckily, she will be at the line for two. Not many free throws have been attempted thus far. And the building got really quiet. I was just
really kind of, and there's a decent number of people here for a women's basketball game. The low free throw count, both these teams are they're taking their opportunities to attack, but they're not being hyper aggressive, I guess you could say, off the dribble, where a lot of those reaches, those hand checks, those wild defensive kind of swipes that get cheap fouls, which lead to more free throws later in the quarters, those haven't been happening a whole lot. And while offensive rebounds can lead to a lot of fouls, mostly the offensive rebounds here in this game, other than this one and a couple other instances, have led to kind of easy layups or easy kickouts. So not a lot of contact in this game, which is why this has been a kind of a free-flowing, faster pace, not a lot of stoppage in play.
So Antoinette Daniels will hit one of the two, and Brenna Craig, sophomore out of Flint, Michigan, will quickly sub in for her. And Allen County quickly getting their offense going. Akia Andrews throws up a line drive floater-ish shot, and Dobson will try and make a move.
Yeah, and that's great hands by Shaver for Allen County. Excuse me, that's Houston.
Yep.
Did a good job of just moving her feet back, keep your hands active, and when Dodson made her move, then you move your hands with the ball. Great job in transition defense.
Yeah, it almost looked like Hobbs was trying to draw the foul.
Oh, and there was a box out, but no
Houston
over the back call.
Recover it. Kendra Houston will get the rebound. And Allen County has some room. Not able to hit as Caulfield was just kind of packed down under there, allowing an easy shot for any angle. Dobson for three, and that's good.
And I like the no hesitation. She made two early ones, hasn't done a lot since, but I like and it was a wide open shot. You think that'd be pretty easy, but for a person who's missed the last few, no hesitation, you got to like it. And speaking of no hesitation, Shaver with the answer from the baseline, and those baseline threes are very easy to get in transition. It's hard to cover diagonally across that court to go from a wing to cut back down to a baseline shot to contend. Good job.
Desiree Nelson not able to get a shot off, only one attempt a day.
Ooh.
Tough shot, and that's off the front.
And Burke kind of with a wild shot. A lot of arc there, but just short.
Kendra Houston got away with a travel. Corner three, air ball, picked up by Sky Jasper. Dobson with 6 points today. She will call a timeout. And we'll take a break. Allen County 20, Coffeyville 19 on Red Raven TV. Keon, man, you heard the earth. The earth's gonna get you back.
Man, I don't care about that.
All right, all right. So we're back at this second quarter. On the floor for Coffeyville, Desiree Nelson, Patricia Dobson, Elaney Fisher, Lucy Burke, and Sky Jasper will start the second quarter for Coffeyville as they get into it. Elaney Fisher, back to Desiree Nelson. Elaney Fisher for three. That is off. Gets a rebound. Back to her. And Patricia Dobson open for three. Gets hit. No good. Ball up. And Allen County will recover. So Allen County will work on their offense. Coffeyville back in a man-to-man as they switch it up. Kendra Houston getting pressured, and she will just throw it out of bounds, but it is tipped by a Coffeyville Red Raven. So tough defense coming out of the second quarter.
Well, for those of you who are football fans and are kind of disgusted with the way the last decade has gone in terms of maximizing offensive potency on the gridiron, this type of game might be right up your alley. Both teams struggling for any offensive rhythm here. and both defenses kind of carrying the way early through this game.
So Dominique Franklin will pick up the foul just about 80 feet from the basket. We'll put him with 2 fouls, 2 team fouls, and 2 fouls for her today. And today for Coffeyville, if you didn't know, it's our little marathon. As we got a double header in basketball here today. We got women's action against Allen County and men's action versus Allen County. And then we'll switch out to the football team, and they're going against Independence, which should be a good rivalry game. So a little bit marathon for the Red Raven TV.
Well, if you're bored on a Saturday in November, you don't have a lot going on. If you just want to keep your browser open to Red Raven TV's YouTube page, you will be entertained all day long. We've got both these teams you mentioned coming in. The hometown Red Ravens are 1-2. Allen County's 1-3. So both these teams, the way they're playing, are hungry for a win.
Yeah.
And then in the men's game, the hometown team is 4-0, and the incoming Red Devils are 3-1. So you talk about 2 teams that are playing really well early into the season. Mm-hmm. On the men's side, should be a good game as well. This game being close, and then for football, you got the in-county classic here. You got CCC versus ICC, both schools about 20 minutes apart. It's
Dobson.
And you, sir, are going to be at the mic for all 3 events. Yeah, so you've got to and I would like to say if you're going to tune into the football game and Mr. Logan Mance's voice kind of goes out in the fourth quarter, you know why. He's been talking sports all day.
Yeah, just a lot of sports, a lot of games, but I'm up for the challenge. Patricia Dobson will go to the line as she got fouled on the arm going up for a layup. Hits the first one. And Antoinette Daniels will come in for Lucy Burke.
And Dodson easily, her team's leading scorer. She's taken her share of attempts, but they've all come within the offense here and then going 1 for 2 from the line. But she's been very active.
You can tell she's brought some leadership to this team.
And she's checking out right now. She's probably going to sit for probably a couple minutes. Probably going to bring her in 2 minutes to go. Just try to get her legs kind of refreshed again early in the season. Conditioning not where it'll be in January or February, obviously. So getting her a break there, and she's done a really good job so far in this ballgame.
Yeah, and Coffeyville's already got 2 losses this year, so you don't want to have too many losses early on in the season. As Alex Airline will hit the open 3 for Coffeyville.
And she was left, I don't even want to say wide open, completely open. No contest, no effort at all to kind of step up on her. And she made it count, knocked it down. As Nelson gives up an offensive rebound to the bigger, more athletic Aline. And there, Nelson struggling in this game. Yeah. And that was the entire game plan for Allen County is to make her have a horrible Saturday afternoon. And she's fighting out there and doing her best. That's the first team foul on the Red Ravens in this quarter. So, and Nelson's first, but she has had 0 good looks. Nelson has for CCC, and they're on defense trying to box out the longer, more athletic Aline there. It's been a tough road so far.
Shakira Aline, 5'9" freshman at the line from Texas. Second one is good. We have seen no team really take a commanding lead thus far. It's been hovering around a 1-point lead for either team. Alex Airline will try and look inside of this box and 1. Allen County's throwing at us. Good look. Not able to go.
And there Daniels needs to square up her body and use the backboard. There she kind of went into the defense, into the contact. Nice little running hook.
That's Andrews with the little put in.
Oh, a little throwback.
Give her team the 1 point
Couldn't
lead.
tell if this was the year 2016 or 1996, but I like the little baby hook there in traffic.
Should throw on those shorty short.
Well, John Stockton was the only one still wearing the short shorts in 96, let's be honest. But I like the move.
Elaney Fisher for 3. That is a brick.
Yeah, just too strong. And they're kind of frustrating against this defense. Allen County, you got to give them a ton of credit. Doing a great job out there. Just frustrating the hometown team.
Yeah. Elaney Fisher had all the time in the world. She just had all the time in the world and just.
And sometimes you can be a little bit too open.
Yeah.
You get a little bit nervous. I'm sure in practice you rarely get open looks because everybody's fighting for chances to prove themselves. And you get into a game sometimes and it's like, it's too quiet out here. I need some little more noise.
Need some fans screaming in your ear.
That's right, yeah. I need you to get closer to me so I feel more comfortable. But that'll be the second on Nelson. So she picks up 2 in the last couple minutes. Still scoreless in the ball game. And I imagine she'll be coming out here.
Camry Summons at the line, 5'5", a freshman out of Arkansas.
Nelson's checking out for CCC, and they ran some action for early in the second quarter. And at the end of the first, they did some high screen stuff. She had the ball in her hands. They went away from that, and I'm not sure exactly why. Now, they've been running some other things that have gotten other people good opportunities.
Yeah.
And you can't just say we're going to go with one thing only and never try to change your offensive game plan up. Nice pass. And the cut by Daniels.
Look.
And that, again, you change up your system a little bit. The defense gets fooled, and you get wide open layups. But the next time Nelson checks in this ball game, and I imagine it'll be in the third quarter, she's going to have to.
Good defense from Dobson.
Another great trap.
And Cotfield not able to come up with a steal, and Allen just picks up the loose ball.
Well, Arlene almost had a steal, ends up with giving up a layup to Allen County, but her activity has been very good. But
we saw Dobson have a short break as she comes really back in. I feel working that middle.
Well, Daniels has got to go ahead and look at the basket. She kind of squared up, but her head never rotated towards the rim. She's got to make a nice look in there.
And she took just too many steps.
Yeah. Now, it might have been a little bit of a bump, but she was already moving that direction anyways. You take one extra step. Even you just slide the foot, and they're going to get you for that travel call.
And I'm going to say she's going to take a lot of bumps this season.
Yeah. But she's active, though. When you're active and aggressive, you're going to get that.
And when you position that down low and able to move your man like she can, as Dobson will bring it up for Coffeyville. Alex Airline open, but wants to work the offense. There she takes it, and that is good.
She has been it's a cliche to say, but a very positive spark off the bench. That's her second 3. She's made some nice passes, been active on defense, and given her team a little bit of a jolt while Nelson sits, not in the scorebook. Dodson trying to get worked back in after taking a couple minutes to break. Arlene doing a very good job off the bench.
Yeah, you almost feel her mindset. She's really just wide open, and then she's we'll start the offense. And then she's like, oh, I'm really wide open. I'll hit this.
Right. Well, and sometimes as a reserve, you don't want to come in and immediately start firing. You want to work yourself into the system and into the game. But if they're going to disrespect you like that, you better fire because it's going to make the defense respect you, and it's going to open things up for your teammates. If you refuse to be an impactful player on offense, no matter what your role is, you're just hurting your team.
Fires again. That is good. So back-to-back threes for Alex Airline, giving her team the 1-point lead, a 6-0 run for Coffeyville. Andrews takes a quick jumper. That, doesn't go. Lucy Burke picks it up, and back to Dobson. She'll take it. Back out Airline again. That is 3. The stunner, the 9-point swing for Coffeyville, puts them up 4, and we will shoot to a commercial here at Red Raven TV. So Alex Airline, 3 threes in a row. Coffeyville 9-0 run, and now they're up 4 points. Incredible turnaround. And they'll get a steal.
Nice job by Daniels to come
Off
across
the
the lane and
timeout.
poke that ball loose.
So Dobson back to airline. Can she take her fourth? But Antoinette Daniels will take it to the hoop and get the and one.
Well, and there, the defense shifts to our line out on the perimeter. She makes a really kind of pinpoint pass to lob it kind of right where only Daniels could secure the ball. She secures it, goes down, takes only one dribble, powers up through the contact, but the defense had to move to match her. She already had position. There you get the N1 opportunity and the biggest lead of the ball game for the hometown Red Ravens at 6 points.
Most mistakes centers make is dribbling too much.
Yes.
And the other team strips it from you. Only one dribble and up for Antoinette Daniels. Coffeyville with 7-point lead. And 43 seconds left in the second half as Houston hits the stunner. And Coffeyville only up 4 now. Dobson will bring it up. So Houston ends that run for Coffeyville. Coffeyville went on a strict 9-0 run.
Well, now it looks like that Allen County, nice pass. And Daniel's not doing a whole lot of ISO work. She's just finding the holes in the defense. Allen County has moved from a box and one to a straight 2-3 zone, which anybody who's played basketball up from first grade could tell you how to beat because everybody runs it. And all she's doing is stealing her man in the middle of that zone and making it look easy.
And that is off in half. Coffeyville up 6 points. We'll take you to break here at Red Raven TV.
What we do here is go back.
Hey, Keon, man, you heard the Earth. The Earth's going to get you back.
Man, I don't care about that.
All right, all right. So we got some replays up there. Alex Airline has been the hot hand thus far. She's got 12 points today. 4 of 4 of threes. We've seen Antoinette Daniels. She's got 13 points. 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 5 of 7 from the field goal. And there's one of the threes from Alex Airline right there. She'll pass it up. And she'll get it right back. And she will hit that one for her 4th 3 of the day. Incredible for her, as she has been one of the hot hands as we're about to start the second half. As Dobson gives it back to Dobson, back to Daniels. And we've seen that again, as that's a 3 from Alex Airline. So all our threes look pretty similar from that corner. She's been, if we had an advertisement for the hot hand of the day, like the Pizza Hut's hot hand of the day, she would get it for halftime.
Well, speaking of Pizza Hut, Arlene was probably pretty hungry for some playing time. She only played about 5.5 minutes. As Nelson gets her first really decent look of the ball game, and it goes in and out. Frustrating night for her so far. But, yeah, it's, playing 5.5 minutes and 12 points, some good defense and assists, pretty active. That's not bad.
That is not bad. As another stat, Tamira Shaver has played all 20 minutes, and she is getting her first break of the game. So Allen County splits the defense, gets fouled. That is Shakira Airline, as she's been the leading scorer along the way from Allen County with 7 points. 3 of her points coming from the free throw line, as she'll get 2. As the refs will talk about something, maybe who the foul is on. Anyway, she will get 2. She kind of broke through the Coffeyville defense, made a good shot, and just got hit, and she'll knock down 1 as Antoinette Daniels will come in the game for Brenna Craig, as she didn't get much time. Well, she's quickly out.
And you talk about fouls, and really foul trouble and fouls in general, whistles being blown, was not a thing in the first half. Yeah. Not a whole lot of some free throws, but that was because most of the foul attempts at all, or fouls called, I should say, were on shot attempts. So here, CCC with 2 quick ones in under a minute.
Elena Fisher will miss there, but cleaned up from Coffeyville. Desiree Nelson can't get a good look.
And there you get kind of double teamed in that kind of zone they're playing, the box and one. Every time she comes in, it's going to be that box and one zone. And a miss.
But as we were talking about free throws, only 16 free throws in the first half. And I feel like this second half, there's going to be a lot more fouls.
Well, the game gets tighter.
Yeah,
teams get more aggressive because that do or die. You're used to what the other team is going to throw at you. As Dodson lines up a long one, no go.
She wanted that. As Antoinette Daniels tries to clean it up, but she gets it back, makes a good move on it, and draws the foul. As Ikea Andrews will pick up the foul.
But I'm not so sure Daniels wasn't fouled on the first go around. In fact, I thought I saw one of the officials kind of raise their arm as though to blow a whistle, but the ball was kind of spiked out there too quickly, and it doesn't matter anyways. Daniels will be at the free throw line. A good job by Nelson to kind of kick it back to her for a nice quick pass.
And you can tell what she can do when you find her in moments where she can get an easy layup. She can just get herself in there because she's finding her way through the defense.
Yeah.
And when you can get her in those spots, you can get her out the line or easy layups. And we're seeing Coffeyville take advantage of it today. That's her 14th point of today. her 4th coming off of free throws. And she'll hit that one, so 5 free throws for Anna Daniels today. Grabbing a 6-point lead here early on in the second quarter for Coffeyville.
And that's a poor call there. It was the defensive players were stationary. The offensive player initiated the contact and fell down. That's a foul call where the official sees contact, reacts, versus actually identifying what the basketball play was all about. There, a poor call there by the official.
Kira Airline, she made that move, but splitting the defense and drawing a foul early the last possession, and she does the same move and just picks up a blocking foul. So 3 fouls against Coffeyville, 1 against Allen. Allen trying to set up their offense. Shakira, that three is off, and Lainey Fisher will grab it and pressing the defense coast to coast.
Nice.
That is good for Fisher.
Well, you can see her open court speed, the straight line drive, and on the left side of the court uses the right hand, but gathered herself under control. A nice little poke out, almost another steal, and Nelson really almost picks up her 3rd foul.
Lainey Fisher with 4 points today, 2 from the line. It goes out.
And a great no call is, and there's, finally.
Franklin couldn't get it to go and kept battling for the ball.
Well, and Wooden for CCC is going to draw the foul, but she got hit a few times before they finally blew the whistle. But I believe this Fisher down there kind of, for CCC, kind of initiated, tried to sell the call. I like the no call for Allen, there being no charge and no block call there. Just a missed layup by Allen County, and that'll be 3 fouls on Franklin. Yeah, that's
That'll
big.
be a tough break.
Yep.
For Allen.
Oh, swing it.
And you feel like Coffeyville's kind of breaking this defense a little bit better here at the second, as Nelson can't get it to go, but you felt like they have attacked Allen County's defense the last few times, and they've gotten good looks.
Well, and you talk about the good looks, as there's a really good look stuffed away by Daniels, but Nelson's had 3 or 4. There's another turnover. That's why you get it to a short person.
Yeah. Quick jumper, good.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And a quick timeout.
A great defensive play turns into a turnover, turns into a great offensive play.
As Coach Harrell want to call a timeout with the struggling Lady Red Ravens at the So Allen County caught a little bit of a momentum there. Coffeyville had a timeout, and Lainey Fisher comes out of the timeout, drawing a foul. And she will get 2 free throws, as that was a shooting foul. As Allen County catching a little bit of a foul trouble here, as Corey Shields will pick up her 3rd foul. 5'11", freshman out of Houston, Texas. She has not been in the ball game very long, but has picked up 3 fouls. Lainey Fisher will be off the rim on the first free throw. She's looking for a 5th point of today's action. All her points have been through the free throw line, so she's makes good of a charity strike, 1 out of 2 with their 5th point. Tamara Shaver comes up the ball for Allen, as she's played the whole first half and most of the second. So Allen County really working through their bench and their starters to get good minutes.
Oh, that was blocked. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I think somebody opened up a barn door and the breeze got in here. That was about as bad as a miss as you're going to see. I thought it looked like it was blocked just from usually the ball gets within a couple feet of the rim.
So Allen County in that box in one. Gets it to Daniels, and she'll get it stripped, but a kick ball underneath. Kendra Houston will check in the ball game for Allen County.
And I believe one of the officials pointed that it would be Red Devil basketball, but it will be for CCC.
Coffeyville working their inbounds play. Gets a Laney Fisher up top. Gets it inside. Back outside to Dobson. Really get nothing, and just a throwaway from Dobson.
There it would have been beneficial for her to go to a jump stop. When you kind of split a couple defenders there in the top of that box in one, you go to a jump stop, you can kind of set yourself on 2 feet and do a two-hand chest pass out to the open player. It was a good look. Her pass, the idea was good. It's just airmailing it to the band. Not quite where you want to be, but it was a good idea. That's how you move the ball against the zone.
So Coffeyville really working the shot clock throughout the first half.
And I believe now they're in their own zone, and there's going to be a walk.
And teams having trouble with their zones. Alex Airline, the hot hand, 4-4 of shooting the three, comes back on the floor.
She's coming in much early into the second half than she did in the first. So probably extended minutes, especially if she can. Now, for her, though, she needs to remember that she is about the 7th, 8th person of this team, third player off the bench. Stay within her role, keep playing good defense, and if she's open, make a three.
Dobson for three, that's off. And you think Coach Harrell brought her in to bring some momentum to this offense. She came in, hit 4 threes, gave Coffeyville the lead and the momentum.
Well, and
took her out, and we kind of went dead after that.
Well, and the most important thing is when you have Dodson's hit a couple threes. I think she's hit 3.
Yep.
Arlene has done all of her damage from 3. And you have Nelson, who has yet to score here, but has one of the best shots in the nation as a careless turnover.
Careless turnover off to Lucy Burke.
But what they can do here, a CCC can do, they can run Nelson around and force the Red Devils to guard 3 people on the perimeter as Daniels gets underneath the basket.
She does her damage.
Yep. Really didn't need the dribble. Could have went straight up, kind of parked herself underneath the rim, but she's been destroying the zone down on the low blocks. Great job by Dotson. Nice little lob pass only to where Daniels could get it. But if you think about it, there are the 4 leading scorers, really. Nelson hasn't scored yet, but she's the leading scorer of the team. And then Dodson, Arlene, and Daniels are all out there for the Red Ravens. This is probably the best offensive team they have out there. They can move this zone around. If they're going to make a run, it'll be right now because they can put Nelson in certain situations where all of a sudden, do they help off of her because CCC has so many other weapons out there, or do they stay with her and they keep giving up easy open looks to players who coming into the ball game might not have been as big of a threat, but because they're playing so well here in this ball game, you're going to have to force to acknowledge that there is a big a threat as Nelson is coming into the ball game. So
you can really see Coffeyville's game plan. Dobson passed up a 3. Alex Airline passed up a 3 just so they could get it to Daniels for a layup and a foul. Lucy Burke picks up the turnover, and Coffeyville will settle into their offense against this man-to-man defense.
That's been a couple of turnovers in the open court that CCC has not pressed their advantage on in the open court, but they've been rather willing to set up, get it to Daniels on the low block, and she goes to work. No good on the layup, but you can see they're willing to be patient.
Yep.
And sometimes you'd like them to, especially if you're a fan, to kind of pick up the pace.
Houston for 3, off.
And that's going to be over the back on Burke there. Good job.
Like you said, Coffeyville kind of has felt their pace and used it to their advantage thus far.
Yeah. Well, and they've done a job. When you have somebody with the size advantage like Daniels has, you can wait on her. Yeah. She's done a good work. She missed that layup down there, but she's done a great job of drawing fouls, offensive rebounds, making layups when she's allowed her momentum to kind of carry her into the shot. And then, so it's okay not to necessarily press all the time, but if you're going to get a chance for wide open layups, you kind of got to take them in the open court.
Kendra Houston off on that 3. Allows a break for Dotson. She pulls it back and will go into their offense.
And here, Arlene just really didn't even square up to even pretend to get a look at the basket. She just is trying to, I think, fit in her role and and pass the ball, which is good. But you got to square up and actually look to be a threat.
See Daniels going up to the post, trying to make some screens.
And then
trying to get a roll to the basket, but Dobson.
Well, she'll be shooting, too. That'll be the 5th team foul on Allen County. So, and here there's 3:47 left. Both teams basically in the double bonus here. If you can force the issue and draw some fouls, add some cheap points from the free throw line, it's a 9-point game right now. You can really either, if you're CCC, expand this lead to a comfortable margin of double digits where your pace, your slower pace, your grind on the offensive boards can really take this game over. Or if you're Allen County, if you can kind of press the issue a little bit and maybe not take as many threes but get into the lane and draw some fouls here, you can kind of shorten that up without time going off the clock.
Yep. As we've seen, Coach Harrell trying to give different looks for Antoinette Daniels, making her work above the key and below the key to get her different looks on offense. Allen County will get it open on the front court, working their offense. I feel showing a little pressure above the 3-point line.
Well, it's really an extended 2-3 zone here, and that's what you got to do. You got to, once you can get past that first wave and a turnover, it's going to be given to Daniels. It was a pass to the back of a teammate, but you got to look back to help out your big players.
And that is off from Johnson from the jumper, but we saw Kamira Summons pick up a couple loose balls. She's done that lately throughout this game, picking up steals and being in the right spot at the right time.
Absolutely.
Alex Airline will try to get into Daniels. She'll turn around with a foul, and she'll put 2 home to extend the lead.
Well, I'll say this. Alex Arlene, it was a risky pass in traffic to Daniels. There are a couple of Red Devil hands where it could have been knocked loose. But her touch from 3 is just as good as her touch on those nice finesse soft touch passes there, and that was placed perfectly for Daniels to go up and grab it. She didn't have to bring the ball down where smaller hands could knock it away. It was only where she could get it, almost like a quarterback throwing a fade route. And then Daniels there could use her momentum to go right up, and there she doesn't complete the 3-point play, but an excellent job of a role player hitting 4 threes in the first half and making great passes here in the second.
An excellent job from Coffeyville finding their game plan and using it to their advantage, getting to Daniels. Alex Airline will pick up the rebound. Daniels will pick up the loose ball out to Dobson for another possession, and she quietly wants to get into her offense.
Well, you can see they're going to use a lot of the shot clock here, and credit the Red Devils for getting back. I think they sent 3 back immediately, so there's not a lot of fast break opportunities.
It's a charge from Dotson. But you can see after that play, Alex Airline passed up another 3. She's hot. She's got to know that and pull the trigger fast.
She has yet to really look at the basket in a scoring mentality. And I think she realized
did that in the first half.
She did, and I think she's realizing that she's capitalized for more playing time because of her shooting. But here, and a great steal there, she comes down.
And she looks for open team out, but
kind of throws it out of bounds. But it's a young player wanting to do everything she can to fit in to play more.
Yep.
You see there with a turnover, but she's had some rebounds, steals, a couple assists. She needs to take the next step here. And you don't have to shoot every time you look at the rim, but you do need to look at the rim every time you get the ball. So it's one of those things where she, as a freshman, really kind of growing into her role on this team.
So 1:53 left in the third quarter. Both teams in the double bonus with 5 fouls. Pick up by Franklin. She'll be off on that one. Daniels will pick that up. She's probably close to a double-double. She's picked up quality boards.
Yep.
And Coffeyville has a really commanding lead as a game they really need to win. And we'll take it to break. This is Coffeyville Red Raven TV. 1:41 left in the third quarter. Coffeyville up 50-37. Both teams in the double bonus throughout the way in the third quarter. Why do you think Coffeyville has got this such a commanding lead in the third quarter? What did they do in the second half that they didn't do in the first half to get this lead?
I think they started off at the proper pace and poise.
Yep.
It took them a while to figure out the box and one in that first half at the very beginning of the game. Second half, have there been turnovers? Yes. Have there been missed shots? Yes. But they've done a much better job. Daniels off the bench started red hot in the second half, just like she did in the first. They've done a better job of sharing the ball, making their free throws. They've done an excellent job. And their defense, they've done a good job on the boards. They've forced some turnovers. And you can see they've really settled in. They settled in much quicker in the second half. It took them about 5 to 6 minutes in that first quarter to really kind of understand the pace of the game, the opponent they were playing. This is still, their fourth game of the year, very early into the season.
Coach Harrell, in his first year coaching the Lady Red Ravens, made a real adjustment as Dobson hits a three.
And that is a little two-man inside out. You usually see that against a man defense, but there, a kick in to Daniels, who's been so good this game, right back out to Dotson for her three. That is great teamwork.
Great defense by Daniels. Allows for a miss. Coffeyville will pick it up. Gives it right to Dobson.
Well, and Anderson, the 9th, 10th player on this team, coming in, getting some minutes in the second half. A couple of key rebounds here down the stretch.
Coffeyville not settling for the three ball. As Dobson wants it right there.
Well, she was looking for Daniels, as well as Arlene kind of sneaking around on the backside block there, being very patient with 40 seconds left in this quarter.
Dobson will run the block, and she will be off on that one. Back to Airline.
Yeah, and her classmates down on the sideline screaming at her to go ahead and take that shot, but there's only a 6-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Great patience there by the freshman.
Great patience.
Excuse me, that'd be a sophomore.
Be a word. And there will be a jumper off. Give 16 seconds left for Allen County. Quick jumper. Leaves it short, and that'll be a foul on the other way.
And Anderson is going to get to make up for her early miss with 17 seconds left on the shot clock. She misses it, goes down, contests the open court jumper, goes for the rebound, boxes out, and now with the over-the-back foul, she'll be having an opportunity to make these two free throws to kind of make up for that slight mistake. It wasn't a bad shot she took, and she got back on defense. It really wasn't talk about a mistake, like something that really cost her team a lot. But here she gets to make up for any sort of thing that might be kind of construed as negative.
And you see in Coffeyville's offense, they're really trying to attack that baseline. You see Dobson running the baseline, trying to get an open three on the baseline.
You wouldn't think against a 2-3 zone the baseline's where you want to be, but if you can make that defense move a little bit, all of a sudden you kind of open it up. You're absolutely right. Good ball movement's what kills zones.
And you want the man that's hot running that baseline to get an open three. And Dobson or Airline have been pretty well at hitting the three ball today. And she's causing pressure on Franklin, but gets it out for a last-second three.
And great effort here by the Red Ravens going into the fourth quarter with an 18-point lead.
This is Coffeyville Red Raven women's basketball.
We do here is go back.
We're back in fourth quarter action. This is Red Raven TV, and you're watching the Lady Red Ravens as they have a commanding 28-point lead in the fourth quarter. And Zach, how can this team keep this such a big of a lead in the fourth quarter? How do they not waste it away?
We talk about wasting a lead, and there's 10 minutes of game time left in this game.
Which is plenty of time.
Yeah, and you got to – they've got this lead by kind of playing not slow, but within themselves. What you don't want to do is say, how about we tone it back about 20% and we'll play even slower, and that'll work even better. Oftentimes, that means you're giving up opportunities to score. You're throwing away turnovers because you're too late into the shot clock, and it kind of takes away from your enthusiasm to play defense. So it seems almost too simple to say just keep doing what you're doing. But it's the defense, it's the rebounding, and making good, sharp, smart passes on offense to kind of carry this lead into the end of the fourth quarter.
Coffeyville back at this 2-3. Quick shot from Allen County. Alex Airline will take the ball to set up their offense. Back in the zone for Allen County, which Coffeyville has fared well with here at this game today. Dobson back to Daniels.
And
that won't work.
Well, that's a bounce pass at the knees of somebody who's 6'2".
Yep.
I don't care if she's calling for it down there. You throw it up. I know they say bounce pass, but against a double team against the zone like that, you throw it up or you don't throw it at all.
So Chelsea will look at a 3 and pass it back out for Allen County. And Allen County having a tough time working it in to their post. Franklin gets it right there with the shot clock expiring.
And that's a rule I'd like to see changed. Right there, it was an air ball, didn't hit the rim, and the shot clock went off. But the defensive team came up with it. In that instance, I would like it to be if the defensive team can come up with the ball, then you just let them play on. Yeah, because right then, I mean, not that CCC was going to press their advantage and maybe go on a fast break, but what if they wanted to? You're hurting the team that played well. You're rewarding the team that failed in that instance by buzzing it and blowing the ball dead.
So Dobson running the floor, getting the ball, takes a shot. That is short. And Allen County will touch it, and it goes out of the bounds.
They're saying that Arlene kind of knocked it out at the last second.
Okay.
But there's only a couple seconds left on the shot clock when they got a decent look. Now, they can get that look just about any time. And I feel that if you get that look and you miss that look a few times in a row, you need to try to change your game plan up because it's not really working in that flow, and you haven't scored here for a couple minutes.
Coffeyville having active hands, getting some hands on balls, making it tough for Allen County to work their offense. Shot clock at 6. That shot is short.
Yeah, and Allen County just not able to score here. Basically, that rim has been closed off, and they've gone cold. Credit the defense, and especially the perimeter defense, not only on contesting shots and passing lanes for CCC, but also they've done a good job, the guards coming back and rebounding. That's the key to rebounding in a zone.
Coffeyville working their time into the shot clock.
They're taking too long. They're not
running
moving
that
quick
baseline
enough.
3 for Alex Airline. That is good for 5th of today's action.
And first of the second half. It's really it's the first shot she's taken since she went off in that first half.
They're getting behind that zone.
Yep.
Making troubles. That one can't go. Dobson on the break.
Well, and she's kind of by herself, but that's smart, though. Just because you don't want to shoot early doesn't mean you can't run early. You beat the defense down the court a little bit. You stop. You set everything up. But it gives you more time to set up your offense in the half court and to make the defense work a little bit.
I feel trying to get behind that zone as it's worked, as they're trying to bring that zone out farther towards the through the 3-point line.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be 3 seconds in the lane, which
they're trying to stretch that 2-3 out. You can tell it's been doing a number.
And they got Daniels for 3 in the key there. So actually, in a strange way, that 3-second violation kind of saves her teammates' shooting percentage there, because that means the miss by Arlene does not go against her in the books. She is still 5 for 5 from the field. I'm sure that's exactly the way they drew it up. But Daniels just kind of camped out too long in the red space called the lane.
So again, Allen County having some troubles with this defense. Coffeyville getting their hands on loose balls. I think
that was definitely blocked there, yeah.
Coffeyville.
Oh, and that almost was
yeah.
a double. And
that is good.
Burke
From on.
getting on the scoreboard, I believe, for the first time in this ball game, and with a 3 somewhat early in the shot clock, but they're a good look. And now they've held Allen County scoreless in this fourth quarter, 4 minutes in. Red Ravens looking to build up the lead.
This is Red Raven TV. So we're back. Coffeyville up 61. Allen County 37. 6:02 left in the fourth quarter, and we've seen this Coffeyville team stretch the defense out, work in the middle to Daniels, and kick it back out to Alex Airline for a 3. So it's double duty all the way for Coffeyville.
Well, in this, and you can see where they've really built their lead. Dodson was out there for a lot of the time, but Nelson, their leading scorer, not out there on the court. You know, Daniels, a reserve center, out there instead of the starter. They've done a really good job of kind of figuring out the pieces they needed to break the defense, to set up their own defense.
And I had no clue Lucy Burke could step back out there and hit that 3. She was unlikely. I had no clue she could hit that.
Come on now, you gotta anticipate everybody at this level is some sort of usage there. I mean, this is a tough league.
Yeah.
And all these teams here, you're here for a reason. As a
Franklin
nice
will get the roll.
I like the little soft shot too, by the way. That's how you break a zone. And that's their first points of the fourth quarter.
So Coffeyville will break the press. And just kind of sloppy play, but 16 still in the shot clock.
And now they're really, Arlene's kind of their point guard. Is Burke going to fire a second 3? That one crawling out. And I believe they're going to blow the whistle on an over the back on Daniels. I didn't see a box out. It looked more like a loose ball, but
you can really kind of tell when they do not have Dobson on the floor or Fisher, the offense kind of breaks out of form.
I would almost and again with this sizable lead here, you can play players in positions to grow them throughout the year to get them ready in case of injuries or something like that in a game, foul trouble late in a game. You want to expand everybody's roles with a lead like this. But you could almost put Nelson back in the ball game and make her the honorary point guard. She's a capable passer and things like that. So here
Houston will take a deep 3, and she will hit that one.
5 straight points for Allen County. But here, Coach Harrell really making his players grow up in situations where might not be comfortable in. And there there's going to be a timeout here, a really quick timeout for CCC, saving a potential another turnover.
You're watching women's basketball on Red Raven TV. So 4:47 to go. Coffeyville has a commanding lead, 61-42. Only one foul this half. But some new faces on the court for Coffeyville. We got Lauren Anderson. Harris, she's been playing a lot, but a lot the second half. And Alex Airline, 5 for 5 for threes. She's been the hot hand. Also, Daniels has been the hot hand, but from much closer to the basket.
Yep.
And 3 seconds on the shot clock. She just realizes it and has to throw up a shot. Lauren Anderson puts it back up, not able to go. Picked back up by Harris. Not good. Daniels will slide in there out of nowhere and get the layup.
Well, the activity against the zone late into a shot clock, that's when you get tired legs. It's when you kind of get mental lapses and there. Just no quit. Get you an extra 2 points for Daniels. She's had quite the night.
And working the boards definitely is Coffeyville today. Summons getting pressure. That'll be a tie ball.
And it's going to be a turnover based on switch of possession. It's going to be CCC ball. And there, Anderson, again, Coach Harrell going deep into his bench. About your 8th, 9th players really aren't, you think they'll play, but he's given them a lot of extended minutes. You're playing really out of your role here. And all these players really having moments to kind of prove they are comfortable playing a bigger role within the year.
Yeah, I've been really impressed for this Coffeyville team today as they really slowed down the game. As you watched them last game, they kind of had some sloppy turnovers, some sloppy takes to the basket. And today they've really slowed the game down and went after their game plan, which was get it to Daniels, and if she doesn't got a good look, you give it to Airline for the 3, and she's been 5 for 5. And it's just really been incredible. It's been
a good offensive performance from the team. As Anderson, nice job knocking that ball away to secure another offensive rebound. They've really been battering Allen County on the boards.
Alex Airline.
And I believe Allen County has gone man here again with the game kind of out of. Yep, nice pass.
And she will step out of bounds.
Well, and with 3 minutes to go, we're just so excited to talk over each other. With 3 minutes to go and a 20-point deficit, 21-point deficit here, Allen County goes man, not necessarily to try to get them back into this game. It might be almost too late, but it's early in the season. This is a learnable moment here. They can't expect to play a box and 1, a 2-3 the whole year as their main defense. So here, both teams kind of changing up what they're doing a little bit to get some really good reps to try to secure some more wins later in the year.
Coffeyville getting their hands on loose balls. Alex Airline will pick up that turnover. And we're really seeing that throughout the game. Active hands really make it tough for Allen County. Out for, she wanted it. Back to Lucy for 3. That is good. That's her second of the day.
Well, that was
stretches the floor.
That's Daniels thinking about the 3, thinking if I miss this, I might not make the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick it out. She gets the assist, and Burke, nice job. Nice. It's a high arcing shot, but good ball movement never hurts, and everybody gets a smile.
I really like it. The teamwork from Coffeyville. This is Red Raven TV. So we're back at it as Lucy Burke hits the nice 3 to put Coffeyville up. Still a commanding lead. Allen County inbounds the ball. And Coffeyville back in this 2-3, getting their hands on some loose balls. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lucy Burke picks up the turnover. Back out to Alex Airline, and they will slow it down.
Well, and that was an acrobatic feat by Burke on the sideline to not only knock the ball away to keep it inbound and then the pass. And a good job by the Ravens to kind of slow up and kind of get everybody on the same page.
Lucy just a bit off, and Harris will pick it up and not able to go. She will go to the floor. Just some.
And then she almost looks like she got tackled, which I believe that's coming later at 7 o'clock. When the football teams get to play for ICC versus CCC. I don't think the basketball teams are supposed to be out there. But a tie-up, no foul call, as Harris kind of takes the harm and no joy for it.
Like you said, we got a Red Raven TV marathon today as this one is coming to a close. But we got men's basketball after this, and then we have to travel to the football stadium for tonight's action against Independence. So it should be a fun one for Coffeyville Red Raven TV. Get to see a lot of different teams play. And we got a hot men's basketball team.
Oh, both Allen County 3-1 coming in, and Red Ravens here for the second part of this doubleheader for basketball. Both teams sporting a combined 7-1 record. So it's the joy of college sports, are these type of events where you get campuses, these community colleges, they get to play a lot of games on the same day. It's kind of exciting stuff.
Lucy Burke with a nice put-in as she's come in.
Well, she scores from inside the three-point line. Kind of odd for her.
She comes in quick this second half and making the most of it. Freshman out of Australia. So coming a long ways to make those buckets.
Australia, Coffeyville, Kansas. I don't think they got a direct flight for that one.
Oh, no. You're going to have to go through a couple countries. A
couple of layovers, I imagine.
And that's off. Lucy Berg picks up the rebound. In 48 seconds, so Coffeyville will hold it for about half the game clock and hold on to this win. So the shot clock will bring it down to 10 and a foul call.
And a moving screen. I think they're going to get Daniels on. I didn't see a whole lot of that.
She's smiling like she did, shaking her head like, you know.
But this late into the game, one of the few negatives on her stat sheet.
Yep.
For Daniels.
And she'll come in for the block, but got more hand than ball.
Yeah, and Coach Harold basically telling his team, hands up, get out of their way, let the game get over with. No need for unnecessary fouls. With 26 seconds left in this, 27 if you round up.
So shot clock will be off, but she'll still get 2 at the line. The Shakira Aline off on the first one. She'll get ready to shoot the second one. Well, Zach, this Coffeyville team came out to play today. What do you think was their path to victory in this one? How did they take such a commanding lead throughout this game?
Well, as tempers get a little, I don't say flare, but they come to life, I guess you could say, after a pretty quiet, pretty laid-back game so far. CCC sporting a 25-point lead here. It really came down to execution, came down to
finish.
Well, up until some rough play there, some poise as Daniels picks up her 4th foul with 18 seconds left. CCC having done a very good job of really winning the rebounding battle, winning the turnover battle, winning the good looks battle. They got a lot of good shots. Some didn't go down, but that's part of basketball. They did a really good job of executing against a zone, against a team that gave them a look that they will not see very often throughout this year. Kind of junk defenses, trap defenses, and the Red Ravens played pretty well for a team for only their 4th game.
Coffeyville had the height as Coffeyville kind of matches up with Allen County, but a little bit taller, and they use that to their advantage all game, picking up second chance points and making good of the charity strike. And it's allowed them to just run out this game and go to 500 this
Allen
season.
County pressing for some reason down this late.
But if anything, Coffeyville comes out here with 1 conference victory, and that will do good for their resume.
Well, it's always nice to pick up I believe they beat Labette for their first conference win, and then they win here.
So that's their second.
That's right, and then especially protecting home court is so important.
Yeah. And we're watching Red Raven TV. So we're back in. Coffeyville will likely just run it out to end the game.
Well, you think so, and then Daniels is going to get fouled. I don't know why Allen County is still fighting, but hey, it's a good habit to get into, to keep fighting throughout the year. 3.5 seconds left. You'd think, I don't know if she was shooting. I thought Daniels was passing the ball, but get a chance to get her team to 70 points here, and then.
This is a good Allen County team that came in here today. It's not like they were just one of the bad teams, because they only won 5 games last year, and this team looks like they can get over that hump at least.
Well, defense is where they're going to have to hang their hat. Not a lot of potent, not a lot of players that can get you 20 on a given night, but their defense here, and again, the Red Ravens getting to 68, possibly 69 points after this free throw, were able to crack that. But a lot of these teams in the Jayhawk Conference, Allen County is going to be able to keep around 40, keep around 50. And if they can do that, if they can iron out their offensive woes throughout this year, then you know what? They got a chance to win a few more games than they did last year.
So a conference victory for the Lady Red Ravens over Allen County. The score 69-44. You're watching Red Raven TV. I'm Logan Mance alongside Zach Mitchell. And we'll have another one. Our men's team will play shortly.